The mission? Get to Iceland. The catch? You can't fly. Hi, I'm Ira from the Reykjavík Grapevine, but today we are not in Reykjavík nor in Iceland. I'm currently in Hirsthals in the north of Denmark. Currently I'm on board Norræna, a ferry that connects Iceland and the Faroe Islands with mainland Europe through Denmark. On November 17th, I boarded the Norræna, the largest ferry operated by Faroese company Mira Line. The ship runs between Denmark, the Faroe Islands and Iceland. While the summer route is more of a cruise, during the winter it's a quieter, slower journey, one that feels like an adventure in itself.
Oh shit! It's just me moving! Ah!
We have just left the port of Hirsthals to embark on 66-hour or 3-day journey to Seyðisfjörður in East Iceland. Being on Norræna feels a bit like stepping into a time capsule. The ship has been in service since early 2000s and despite several renovations feels somewhat stuck in that era. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Norræna offers accommodation to suit any taste and budget, from hostel-like bunk beds to comfortable hotel-style cabins. My room was more than I could hope for in the middle of the ocean, featuring a panoramic window and a cozy nook. Deck 10, Laterna Magica, quickly became one of my favorite spots on board. Part cafe, part observation deck, it featured comfy couches, perfect for watching the waves and the ever-changing sky as we crossed the North Sea. This isn't just a regular ferry crossing, it's actually the last ferry of the year. We are very curious to see who's traveling to Iceland in the middle of November, in the midst of the off-season. The ship has over 300 cabins and can carry up to 1,482 passengers. During the off-season, far fewer people opt for this crossing. While the ferry operates between Denmark and the Faroe Islands all year round, the Iceland route is suspended from November to March due to lower demand. On this particular trip, only 300 passengers boarded in Denmark, most traveling to the Faroe Islands. Fellow passengers, though mostly quiet, seemed content with the slow pace of the journey. Most were on board for practical reasons, either transporting their cars home or moving to Iceland. No quirky or eccentric characters here, just travelers with straightforward motives for taking this winter trip.
I'm traveling with quite a lot of baggage. I have a big backpack and a small backpack, so it's actually from where I would have started, it's similarly expensive. So for me, this without like dinner or anything, I haven't booked that, is 250 euros. And the flight is similarly expensive, so I thought, why not check out the bed?
As the hours went by, I explored every corner of the ship. Every night I'd participate in a pub quiz, one time even winning a Faroese lager on tap. I tried to join the bingo super club, I sneaked into the ship's cinema to catch a glimpse of the newest Beetlejuice. The sauna was a treat, but the wind made relaxing in the hot tubs nearly impossible. I was lucky enough to get a behind-the-scenes look at the ship, including its engine room, and to spend some time on the bridge with the captain, Petur Volanum. Petur has been the captain of Norræna for the past 13 years, but his seafaring career began much earlier. Starting as a young fisherman in training, he later pursued further studies, working as a mate and skipper before becoming a captain on what was then the world's largest container ship. When I asked what made him choose a life at sea, the captain gave me a practical smile.
I have normally here 4 weeks on my job, and then I have 4 weeks off for vacation. So,
Okay.
and actually I'm only working half a year.
But not everything is easy. Stowaways and accidents do happen, though rarely. The captain said the weather controls everything on the ferry. The voyage is planned so the ship stays ahead or behind the weather, he explained, showing me navigation equipment that tracks both weather patterns and wave heights. The ship operates with 4 rotating navigators, the captain and 3 mates. The captain's job isn't to steer the ship 24/7. Similar to airplanes, there is an autopilot system. However, the captain manually maneuvers the vessel in harbors and between islands. The rest of his time is typically spent on the bridge, where he's responsible for charting the course and overseeing the voyage plan. So we are currently passing the Shetland Islands. It's an archipelago that belongs to Scotland. You can see them. I'm kind of crying, it's like wind in my eyes. There are 2 major sightseeing attractions on board for those who get tired of simply gazing at the sea. When the ship passes the Shetland Islands, the UK's northernmost archipelago, and its arrival and departure from the Faroe Islands as it navigates through a maze of fjords. For the first, we were treated to a nice sunset. However, as we approached the Faroes, the weather worsened. The captain, making up time, sped to Tórshavn, and instead of the promised 4-hour stop, we had just over an hour there before continuing to Iceland.
We have now arrived in Seyðisfjörður. Actually, we got here around 2 a.m., but we couldn't disembark and had to stay in our cabins until 9 in the morning when the custom officers arrived. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard rumors that they were coming all the way from Reykjavík. It's a complete different change of scenery compared to Denmark. There is a lot of snow, -8. Even though our boat journey from Denmark to Seyðisfjörður has come to an end, a whole day of traveling awaits for us, as we have to make our way to Reykjavík tonight without a car. You can read all about this trip on Grapevine.is. Well, no, wait. You can read about this trip at Grapevine.is. But for now, let's find some breakfast and get inside.